Hello, my friends. It's Jax McCrae. I have been a Lucky Lock Sparkler for over 6 years now, which I'm so proud about. And I have a new offering to share with you today. And before I get to that, I want to share more about my personal story so you know more about where I'm coming from and what makes me so well qualified to be a coach. So, I have been fascinated with the topic of health for over 30 years now. My epiphany with health, the first one, actually came way back in fourth grade, if you can believe it. I remember distinctly I was in the cafeteria and I was eating a lunch that my mom had lovingly packed for me, and it had a bag of those Ritz cheese and crackers, the little ones. They had just come out, they were new, they were exciting, and my fourth grade brain thought, wow, this ingredient list must be the recipe and we can make them at home. How exciting. And so I went to start reading the package to see what we needed to get at the store that night. And that's when the wool was ripped from my eyes, truly, because I couldn't pronounce any of the ingredients. And I knew, this isn't food. How can we eat this? This isn't right. And truly, it has been a journey ever since then to discover what truly is health, how do we find it, and how do we maintain it. So I decided to go for my RN BSN and became a nurse in college. And I spent 11 tireless years working as a nurse in a variety of hospitals and a variety of settings, all with the quest of discovering what is true health. Well, to sum up those 11 years, I did not find true health. I was disenchanted with every hospital that I worked at, every specialty that I worked at. It was so disheartening. I felt like a salmon swimming upstream. My personal favorite, I felt like a tree inside of a machine. I was stressed. I was terrified I was going to kill someone, and it was really no way to live. I covered up my despair with a menagerie of substances so that no one knew how much I was suffering, because I had worked so hard for this degree. It had to be better than this, right? So let's pretend it's okay. I know we all can relate to that. I struggled a lot with binge eating, mood swings. I had a cancer scare. It was a really tough time. I felt very unwell and unhealthy with the hypocrisy of being in the health profession. It was a trip, and it took me a long time to figure that out. It was not until I was 3 weeks sober, dog tired, trekking in the Himalayas with my best friend Allie from nursing school, that it finally dawned on me, and I could not escape realizing the toll that nursing had taken on my own personal health and how unaligned this profession was for me, the way I was doing it. And so after that, life got real colorful. I fled nursing. I did a variety of jobs, a variety of places that I lived in, and those are stories for another day. But it all led me to find eventually this really exciting new field of nursing called nurse health coaching. And I loved it. It resonated with me right away because it gave power back to the people. It became about getting to the root of healing. If we look at health as a tree, it was all about getting to the soil and the roots and discovering what can we really do to heal ourselves. And I just loved that. It felt like finally I was among people that were speaking my language. And I felt like it was a way to break away from this Band-Aid, pop-a-pill culture that I had gone to school in and studied in, and it felt like a way to perhaps discover true health. I learned so much. I got certified to be a board-certified nurse health coach with the International Nurse Health Coach Association, INCA, and I really loved it. However, insurance didn't reimburse for it, and it became a struggle to try to run my own business. I wasn't ready to run my own business yet. I struggled with entrepreneurship. I struggled with the cost of it all, and it just wasn't quite the right time for me. So I decided to chase my wild woman dreams, followed my musician heart all around the country in various automobiles, various places, various odd jobs, and I really learned a lot about myself during those years. But at some point, it became clear this is not paying the bills. We need a more stable job. We need to really settle and do something that's going to provide for us. So many of you have heard this story. I put out an ad on Facebook and I said, I'm looking for work, dear friends, and I really want to work for myself. I don't want to sit in front of a computer all day if I can help it, and it has to be fun above all else. And divinity intervened, and brilliant Sarah of Lucky Locks reached out and taught me about sparkles, and her amazing sister Rachel sparkled me, and by the second day I was hooked. I was like, check this out. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel confident. It makes me smile. It makes everyone around me smile. It was so novel and exciting and beautiful. And I was like, yes, this is what we're gonna do. We can do this alongside music. We can sparkle up the people. What a good idea. And let me tell you, there were so many haters. People doubted that I could make a living from this, and I didn't let it get to me because I knew that these mighty sparkles and I were going places. And I'm so happy to say that 6.5 years later, we have gone places, and I've really built a beautiful business for myself that I feel like it gives me the opportunity to be authentic, to connect with people who I really care about, and be a nurse in a different kind of way, more low-key, more my style. And that brings me to where we are now. I have gotten so much out of the time that we've all shared together, and the connections that we've built, and the conversations that we've had, and I have really realized how I want to go even deeper with all of you. I want to carve out time where I can sit with you, make eye contact with you, focus on you 100%, and really get to the heart of things. I have learned in my quest of true health that true health begins from the inside out, and it requires true harmony with our minds, bodies, spirit, heart, each other, and the environment. I believe that when we have the opportunity to be seen, heard, and celebrated in our authentic selves, we can really thrive. I've experienced it for myself. I've witnessed it in bright moments with some of you, and I want to put more focus on this work because I believe in it so wholeheartedly. And I am honored and delighted to synthesize all of my years and my professional background and my life experiences into fresh, dynamic coaching sessions with you. I want to partner with you in a grounded and expansive space to get to the root of blocks and fears, discover more about ourselves, and feel authentically empowered to create change in our life that will last. Thank you for listening to more of my story. Let's do this.